When people borrow things and then they don't put them back where they're supposed to go. I can't find my tripod. I have to hold my phone like a cave person. Hey everyone, it's Nicole. I hope you're all doing well. And as you can see from my lovely background, we are moving. So yes, we are moving. Finally, lots of stuff. That's actually all stuff from my son's room. I don't know why my husband brought it downstairs. I don't know why it was not working in my son's room. Before we knew for sure that we got this house, not this house, but the house we're buying, I started packing. So this stuff has actually been here for probably a month. So this has been a crazy journey. And even as I am talking about it, we still haven't gotten the 100,000% yes. Everything is still with the underwriter, and this specific loan that we're getting, it's just taking a million years, but not really. So at the beginning of August, we decided, you know what, we're gonna start looking to buy a house because the owners of this house wanted to sell their house, so they asked if we were interested. Now, it's an amazing house. The yard is fantastic. It's a decent size. It's a little smaller than we need, but it's fine. However, there's some things that we would want to do to this house to make it work for our lifestyle, and the cost of the house and then what we would have to put into it was just more than we wanted to spend, or more than we could spend. So we had to pass on buying this house, which led us to say, okay, now we need to look for a house. We contacted our realtor, and she is awesome. Tanya is the best realtor in Pittsboro, North Carolina, hands down. So we contacted her and we gave her 3 listings that we wanted to look at. One was a new construction, so it wasn't done. One was just a home in a neighborhood near here. And one was a home that we had actually looked at a week prior to this. We just drove up to it because we saw it was for sale. And when you pull up, you see this right here. Yeah. So I was like, I don't think I want to go down that road with an eviction and all that other stuff. So she takes us to the first home in the neighborhood that's near us. We have to stay in this area because our kids are involved in the school. We're planting a church here, and we love the town. So we had to stay in Pittsboro, which we wanted to anyway. So we saw this house, and unfortunately, there was 2 things wrong with this house. The yard was great. It was very sunny. A number of bedrooms were exactly what we needed. One of the things was it smelled like smoke really bad, and the house was empty. So it's not like it was in the furniture. There was no carpet downstairs. There was carpet in the master bedroom downstairs, but it was like around the corner. But it smelled so bad like cigarette smoke, and I just can't. And then the other thing was the kitchen was a decent size, but where you would have to put a kitchen table was really small. And as you can see, we have a really big table. It's a big table. We have 5 people in our family, so we need a larger area to put a table. So we had to pass on that house, and it was a really good price actually. We could have done a lot of stuff to the house. So then our realtor says, listen, the new construction that you wanted to see is just dirt because they haven't even started on it yet. We were under the impression that they had actually built the bones of the house, so we wanted to kind of, look at the area and stuff. And she said, and the one that you wanted to look at is sold by me. She actually had just sold that new construction property to one of her clients. So we were left with one more to look at, which is the one we already looked at with the lovely eviction signs. So we get there, and it's right now we live in the main town of Pittsboro. The house that we were looking at is kind of down the road. It's more of like a rural area. It's actually a very rural area. Behind the house is a farm, so that just lets you know how rural it is. There's a silo at the end of one of the roads. So that was one downfall that I was like, I really like living close to downtown. My kids can walk to and from school. So we got there, and our realtor takes us through, and she's telling us this story about the house, about how the owners were foreclosed on, that there was some sort of lawsuit with the builder. Now, this house was built in 2006. It's not that old. It's only 12 years old. Then we see a sign in the yard of our neighbor pointing to the house saying, "Buyer beware, structural issues." Not only do we have to deal with foreclosure stuff, we think, now we have to deal with a neighbor who is either being very kind, trying to warn people, or has some motives that we're not sure about. I will just tell you right now, we've never met this person as of right now, so I don't want to cast any judgment on this person. So that's as much as I'm gonna say about the signs and all of that stuff. So what we do is fall in love with the stupid house. Fall in love. It's on 2 acres, guys. My dream is to have a pool and to have an area for people to come and just rest and have fun and relax. It's on 2 acres. We would not be able to afford 2 acres normally here. It's very expensive to live here. Turns out that the family that lived there, the spouse had passed away. They were an elderly couple. The spouse passed away and the wife could not pay the bills. So it was foreclosed on. An investment company purchased it. When the investment company purchased it, we think there was a tax lien on the house, which of course, you know, over the last month, we've learned far more about tax liens and mortgages and investments and foreclosures than we ever thought we would ever need to know. Basically, with a tax lien is the government has X amount of days to contact the new owner to, you know, ask for the money. That's a very specific set of time. And we found out that the expiration date of that is actually our wedding anniversary. Interesting. We find out that there was a lien, however, it expired, you know, in March. Our anniversary is in March. So that's great news, because that was something that we were very nervous about, because that was the one thing, if we found out, we were not gonna go any further, because no, it was a lot of money too. Then we go back to the structural stuff that we're hearing about. We have a general contractor come. He's an amazing guy. He goes to our church, and we ask him to come to the house and kind of look at it and look underneath and check things out a little bit. Now, he looked at as much as he could, but he's not a structural engineer or anything. However, he knows one. So he brings this very, very kind older gentleman to the house, and he is, I believe, a structural engineer. So he takes a look at everything, and he does find a couple of things that are like, but nothing to where like the house is gonna cave in, nothing to where you couldn't live there. It's just a couple of things that need to be fixed. And as soon as we buy the house, we will fix it. And it's not even gonna be that much money. It's ridiculous how small of a deal this is. We put an offer in after we find that out, because we didn't want to put an offer until we found out, you know, how bad or not bad the structural stuff was. So then we make an offer. We actually offer about $10,000 less than they were asking, because the house has been on the market since last February. This is August at this point. So March, April, May, June, July, August, 6 months, and nobody has purchased it. And it's gone down in price $10,000 every single month that it's been on the market. The day we saw this house with our realtor, it was listed at a specific amount. The next morning, I kid you not, the next morning, it went down another $10,000. The next morning. Now there's a whole lot of other crazy stuff that kind of like, it's like, oh, this just so happened to be whatever. This just so happened that this. I don't know, it's just crazy because so many things have just happened for our benefit. It's just very strange, but you know. Then we make an offer that's $10,000 less, so really $20,000 less than what it was the day we saw it. They accepted our offer in 3 hours, and there was one little snag on that. They wanted a 10-day inspection period, not 10 business days, 10 days. And this happened on a Friday. That is 4 days gone because of the weekend. So we really had Monday through Friday of the following week to get everything inspected. Yeah, we managed to do that. Again, just so happened to manage to get every single inspection. I mean, we had the home inspection, we had the HVAC inspection, we had the sewer and septic inspection, we had the well water inspection, We had something else, and I always forget what that other one is. Anyway, all of that done in a week. 1 week. Now on one of the days we had 3 at the same time, and I was at the home while they were doing it, and I'm on a meeting for work, like a conference call. Like, I don't know how I even functioned that day. And I'm signing checks, I'm signing invoices, I'm talking to the inspector, I am talking on the phone with work and having a conference call. It was just crazy. Where are we now? It is 1 month after we looked at the house for the first time. We will be closing in 2 weeks from today. So within 6 weeks, we went from not moving at all to buying a home. Even right now, as I'm saying, I cannot believe everything that has happened. And it's 15 minutes closer to my work. So then my commute's only 1 hour and 35 minutes. Woo! And in a couple days, our church has its very first launch service, which by the time you see this video, we'll already have it. We have to get a carpet cleaning company out there and one here. We need to get a cleaning company here and there. We need to get painters because, as you'll see, the foyer and the living room are like, they're bigger than 2 stories. They're like 2.5 stories. They're huge, like they're so tall. We'll paint, but not that high. That's just scary. That is our exciting news that I couldn't really share about. And by the time I share this, and everyone we know and love will already know. So I did not want to tell YouTube without first telling everyone that we know. It's been a crazy, crazy month. It's very hectic, but it's very awesome. I just wanted to share our amazing news with you all, and I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will see you all real soon. Bye.